place to be.
It's time for Movie Month. It is my third annual Movie Month, in which I will be watching 30 movies in 30 days, and I'll either hate them or give them praise. Good morning, it's Sunday morning. Hello everybody, can you believe it? It's day 19. And this was the weekend I was worried about. This was the weekend where I was going away, going to visit family. And I thought, am I gonna be able to watch movies? Is this gonna ruin my movie month? And I thought, am I going to be able to record podcasts? Is this going to ruin my stretch? So, from the beginning, I've been laying the excuses down, saying, hey, you know, there's a good chance that I'm not going to get to do 30 podcasts. I'm going to try, but there's a good chance I'm not going to be able to do it. And it was really because of this weekend. And guess what? It's Sunday morning, and here's my podcast, which is probably going to go up, sometime tonight. I'm still out here in the middle of nowhere, New York, visiting family. But probably, I'm definitely going home today. I'm probably going to be home sometime in the afternoon. So, it'll give me time to unwind a bit, maybe walk my dog, cook some dinner, post a podcast, and then go watch some wrestling. That's my life. I feel like my footprints are very loud, so I don't want to be very annoying to you, but it's kind of beautiful out here. It's like I can see mountains, I can see cows. I'm going to walk by a German Shepherd in a couple minutes, and he's going to bark at me. I'm going to miss this walk. It's a couple miles. I actually jogged a little, too. I don't think jogging and talking would have been ideal. Once I leave the gravel road, it's going to be a lot easier for your ears, so maybe I should, here's a little less gravel. Oh, see, it's a little better for your ears. Oh, yeah, I watched a movie today. I watched a movie this morning. I did the exact same thing I did yesterday morning. I got up super early and took my dog out, fed him, and brought him right back to bed. My wife was passed out, still asleep. The hosts, my cousin, his wife, the kids, their dogs, still all asleep. And I took out my tablet, and I threw on today's movie, The Expendables 3. Yes, The Expendables 3. Oh, there's the German Shepherd. So, what can I say about this movie? Again, it's another one of these movies that doesn't pretend to be anything except what it is. A giant, testosterone-filled action movie. Hello, doggy. Hello, doggy. If you're still listening to my podcast at this point, you're not going to mind a little doggy noise. Hi, buddy. So there's a fence there, but it looks like if the dog wanted to, he could hop the fence and eat my face. Okay, don't make eye contact. Hi, buddy. Bye, buddy. Okay. All right. Whew. Got through that. Oh, yeah, where was I? Expendables 3. Now I have to look back over my shoulder one more time to make sure he didn't hop the fence and is chasing me like Cujo. Last year, year 2 of movie month, I actually did Expendables 2. And I don't remember when, a couple of years ago, I saw Expendables 1. What I was surprised is that Expendables 3 is already 2 years old. It says 2014. That's what it said at the end. It was 2014 and 2015. I'm going to have to look it up. But it's another one of those movies where I thought, oh, someday I'll see it. Got to complete the Expendable circles. I have to know where it goes. How could I not? I mean, Jesus, there's so many stories left unanswered. So many questions. And this movie, it was weird because you think of all the old guys that are in the movie, and then they get rid of them. And I thought, really? This is all then they have the young guys come in with Stallone. Those guys get caught, so who do you call? You call the old guys back one more time. It's funny, I barely remember Jet Li being in this movie, and he was one of the top credited in IMDb. He's barely in this third movie. I don't remember him that much in the second one. He was a bad guy, right? I'm pretty sure he was a bad guy. And now he's a good guy working with Arnold. And then at the end, they made it look like him and Arnold might be more than just pals, like they might be like partners. I didn't quite get it. I didn't know if that was a joke or if that was real. I don't know what it was, but it's funny. I'm overlapping with actors. This is my second Stallone movie, my third Schwarzenegger movie, just this month alone, and surprisingly, my second Ronda Rousey movie. I don't even know if I mentioned how she was in Fast and Furious 7, and she's in this, and she is, she's a terrible, terrible actress. And if she wants to be an actress, it's I feel bad because she is terrible at acting. She's good at kicking ass. She's good at looking good. She just sounds, I don't know what to say. She's just a sucky actress. It's funny, actually, she was probably better in this than she was in Furious 7. Furious 7, it was like, She was like, her lines were like, could you be more robotic? And she said, maybe I can. And it was just, this is me. I'm walking by a nice, beautiful farm right now. Yeah. It's a lot of easy distractions here, When my cousin said, hey, I live in New York, come visit me. I said, all right, I'll get my subway pass. I'll meet you there. No, not this. We're not too far from Saratoga, I think. I feel like I literally have walked from one end of the town to the other, and I think I have. Oh yeah, I'm getting distracted. So I gotta tell you, who I forgot can be compelling on the screen is Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson was in this movie. We had let's go back. We had the usuals. We had Stallone. We had Statham. We had Randy Couture, who surprisingly isn't too bad as an actor. He's been on Hawaii Five-O a little bit. And Dolph Lundgren, which, you can never go wrong by putting Dolph Lundgren in your movie. And there, they open the movie with this big, elaborate scheme to rescue Wesley Snipes' character. And I haven't seen Wesley Snipes in years. And, you thought, is he going to be a crazy person? But then he starts showing he has a sense of humor too, and you thought, there's Wesley Snipes. There he is. He's still got it. And I don't even know how old he is at this point. It's like I look back at Willie Mays Hayes and I say, oh my God, it's the same guy. And then when Stallone and he looked at each other, my first thought was, Demolition Man. Whew. I jogged and ran a little, so I'm a little more tired than usual. But yeah, they go get Wesley Snipes. It turns out that Wesley Snipes was originally an expendable. And he's like, hey, we got a job to do and we want you back. So yeah, he'll come back, yada, yada, yada. And it turns out that the job is to go kill a guy. And it turns out the guy is actually someone they know. And I forget what the hell his name was. Some weird name, Conrad's, staple gun or something like that. I forget. But that's not important. The important thing is it's Mel friggin' Gibson. And it was like, oh my God, I'm actually watching Mel Gibson in a movie. I didn't think I'd ever do that again. After he went off the crazy, screaming, racist, sexist kind of bigotry, weirdness, drunkenness. You figure, his career is mostly over. And he's had some movies, and look, being in Expendables 3 doesn't make a career, or it doesn't change your career. But he was kind of like, hey, there's Mel Gibson. He still got it, kind of thing. Like he does that, that cockiness. He can do that pretty good. And I was surprised that I didn't just roll my eyes and go, God, Mel Gibson, what are you doing? Or why am I watching Mel Gibson? Or why would you put him in this? Stallone gave him a chance, and I thought he was pretty good, I have to admit. But he wasn't the best. I couldn't believe my favorite character in this whole movie was another new guy, Antonio freaking Banderas. when this guy is flipping down and coming down, and the character's first shown to you, you say, "Oh, who is this guy?" Some young guy. And he takes off his mask, and it's freaking Antonio Banderas, or he takes off his bandana, or whatever the hell it was. And all I think about is, was it El Mariachi when he's like, "I'm not the guy." Oh no, which one? Oh, it's not. I forget what the movie's. Which the other one. He does El Mariachi. Then he did another movie. It was kind of the same thing. And he's like, "I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy." And then they open the gun, the guitar, and you see all the guns. He's like, "Okay, I am the guy." And I always liked Antonio Banderas because of that moment. And he was really good in this. Also, he's Puss in Boots, and how can you not like that? And I think he was a bumblebee in some cartoon, or someone tried to be sounding like him. I'm rambling, but he was kind of really fun in this. And he was like, oh my God, I think I just heard a wolf. He was like the guy who would, do you hear that? Jesus Christ, where am I? I'm going by the Rebel Flag House again. So, oh, it's a rooster. Okay, just a rooster. It's a lot of nice spots here, but they're like in the middle of nowhere. And then there's some houses that are scary, and you just assume Leatherface will come out at any moment. A lot of satellite dishes, because I don't even know if they get cable here. No, they have to get cable, because my cousin has cable down the street. Hey, pretty horses. Okay, well, they're building a barn. Anyway, I am rambling again. Also, it was cool to see Kelsey Grammer. For some reason, Kelsey Grammer always makes things seem distinguished. Even when he's freaking Cowboy Bob, Sideshow Bob. Kelsey Grammer comes in and you just hear his voice, his soothing voice, and you thought, oh, you don't think of him as the guy who was, had all these wives, cocaine problems, crashing cars. You think of him as Fraser Crane, as like this, wonderfully thoughtful, responsible man. And of course in this he's a mercenary guy, but he was good. It was fun. And then Harrison Ford, I forgot that Harrison friggin' Ford was in this movie. And I look at him, I go, oh, he has his Han Solo hair ready to go. He must have, I feel like he must have filmed this and Star Wars around the same time, I think. Or maybe close to the same time. Obviously, Star Wars takes a little longer to produce than Expendables. But he wasn't like, I've heard things where people are like, oh, Harrison Ford, in Star Wars, he looked like he actually was into it. He's not just phoning in his performance. I don't know how to tell if the guy's phoning in a performance or not. He was okay. He looked like he was saying his lines and trying to be believable. He played the CIA operative or CIA agent that hired Stallone to go after this guy, not realizing that it's Mel Gibson. Oh, did I say Mel Gibson's character is also a former expendable, but he turned to the dark side. And he shot Terry Crews just to get to Stallone. That's why Stallone said, you old guys, we can't do it anymore. Gets rid of the old guys, helps Fraser Crane get him all the new guys and girl. They get kidnapped. And so he gets Antonio Banderas and says, let's go get the young guys. And then all the old guys come back and go, you're not leaving without us. And he's like, I'm not leaving without you. Get in the plane. And then we got to hear Arnold say, look out for the chopper. And then I'm pretty sure he also said, get to the chopper. He said it twice. I was like, the first time I thought, oh, good, that's a little play. But then he said chopper again. I thought, you know what? I can live with that. I can live with him saying chopper every time. Chopper, there's a good movie. If you ever look up Chopper, Tom Hardy. No, not Tom Hardy, Eric Bana. Never mind. I realized I went a little further on my walk today than I thought, and the way back seems a lot further. The way to was okay because I was jogging a little, and I was like, wow, I got here a lot faster. But the way back, it's like that slope is going a little too uphill. Please don't run me over, please don't run me over, please don't run me over, please don't. Ooh, thank you. So that's really it. I mean, they go save the young guys. Stallone gets to kill Mel Gibson. Then he gets to run off an imploding building, jump, and catch a rope hanging off the chopper. And of course the chopper is being flown by Harrison Ford. I don't remember their characters' names. I'm sorry. It's not really important. Now, is there going to be Expendables 4? I don't know. They're all still alive, right? Stallone, after this he went and did Creed, and he was like, he realized, oh yeah, this guy can act. And he'll be like, that's great. Now I'm going to go back and make Expendables 4, make a couple more $100 million. Because even though this movie didn't do huge numbers in the United States, it still made over $200 million worldwide. And I'm sorry, these movies, especially these type of movies, they don't have to make a ton of money in the United States. If they're got a global audience, that's the world now. That's what matters the most. But anyway, I digress. I've talked a lot longer than I thought I would about Expendables 3. Could this be my second longest episode? I still say, wow, I can't believe I talked that much about Terminator Genesis. And let's be honest, half of these podcasts I barely talk about the movie, and I talk more about what's going on around me. That's the beauty of it. That's the charm. Oh my God. Is there someone walking after me? Oh, I thought I saw someone on the street. I thought, okay, I'm being chased. And this might be the last proof that I watched Expendables 3. Oh my God, that's the last thing I've done. Oh, what have I done with my life? Anyway, 19 days down, 11 days to go. I'm pretty sure, I have an idea what I'm going to be watching tomorrow, but there's a couple bigger movies that I actually want to rent and see that I think will be a little more like, oh, that's a good movie, and that was actually nominated for an Oscar. So I still have a couple movies up my sleeve that aren't how you say kind of crappy, but I have some crappy ones I want to see too. Still some robot movies. And I still have 11 movies to go. That's a lot of movies. But I've watched 19 already, so why? I mean, what can you say? 19 movies in 19 days? It doesn't seem that big, and it really isn't that big of a deal, except you have to remember to do it. And then you want to sit there and talk about it. And then I got to spend all the time getting this to you. But I did it because you're listening. Thank you very much. Now, just to get a few of the housekeeping out of the way, of course you can find me on Twitter at Geek Mentality. You can find the website on Twitter at Fans Not Experts. The website itself is fansnotexperts.com. We do have a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/fansnotexperts. And all month, the hashtag you'll be searching for on Google, on Twitter, on Facebook, on SoundCloud is hashtag FNE Movie Month. You search that, there's no way you can't find me. Every episode gets put up on SoundCloud. These episodes, everything starting from 12 to where I am now, these episodes are on soundcloud.com/FNE Movie Month 2. Now, the original, the ones 1 through 11, you'll find those on soundcloud.com/FNE Movie Month. I'm using the free accounts and they only give you 3 hours, so free. Once you hit 3 hours, you're done. So someday I will take the SoundCloud down. I will just move so you'd have to go to the website to listen to them, and then I can get ready for 2017 when I'll be 40 years old watching 30 movies in 30 days, because what the hell else am I doing? We have a YouTube channel, but I'm not putting these episodes up on YouTube. Really, you can find everything at fansnotexperts.com. If you're into wrestling, there's a really bad wrestling podcast that my cousin and I do. And if you're a child of the 90s and you're into Boy Meets World, there is a podcast called Man Meets World that my cousin does. 4 episodes are up. 5th episode is coming this week. And I told his brother about it, and he apparently had no idea. So we sat around a fire last night listening to Man Meets World, episode 4. And I apologize, Brandon, in advance. I told you this. I texted him right away. I go, look, buddy, things got out of hand. I said some things, and now Matt knows that you do a Boy Meets World podcast, and we're listening tonight. We're having a listening party. So, Brandon, if you listen to this, it went swimmingly. Whew. That's it. I'm done. Hey, I did about 19 and a half minutes. Now, with the music and stuff, it's more. On my 19th movie, on my 19th day. And now I'm done. Play my music. This is my podcast, I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans not experts.